And now for more of our continuing coverage of the coronavirus issue, I'm joined again by Councillor Dave Tucker from East Riding of Yorkshire Council. Ward Councillor, hope you're staying safe, Dave.
I am indeed, John, and it's Monday morning. I'm looking forward to this week. It's going to be a busy week, lots of support to give out there to people and our residents. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenges the week's going to bring.
One of the good things, I guess, is going to be the fact that the weather's not going to be quite as nice as it was at the weekend. And there were a few instances of people travelling. We encourage you not to travel to your daily exercise, but there were instances of people travelling about.
There was, John, but I'm not going to dwell on that because, do you know what? 98% of the population is adhering to the government guidelines. They're staying at home, they're protecting the NHS and saving lives. Yeah, there were reported instances, and that was quite sad. You know, the police were very vigilant. The MOD police down in South East London were very vigilant. People were spoken to. But, as I say, 99% of people abided by the government guidelines. They stayed at home, they enjoyed the sunshine, they sat in the gardens, had a beer or a cup of tea. And, the weekend went very well, I think.
Now, the return of today, of course, to the Prime Minister and stuff, do you think that's going to be a significant change in the mood of the message we might be given?
I think it's going to be a very different message, John. Because, when we talk about people having an epiphany, I think he's probably had one because I know that Boris Johnson can be very driven and, some people say cavalier sometimes, but he's very focused in what he wants to achieve. He very much, based himself on Winston Churchill, being that great leader. He ended up in intensive care, didn't he? And I think that's probably changed his mindset slightly because, that's obviously brought it home how serious this is. And when something affects you personally, you do look at things very differently.
There is, I think, a degree of mixed messaging going on at the moment, or people interpreting the rules in a favourable way to them. Do you think that we need to almost go back to square one with the messaging and become much more strict on a lockdown, perhaps?
I think you're quite correct. I mean, one of my big fears is if you look at history and you look at the Spanish flu, the second spike in Spanish flu in 1918 was worse than the first spike when it came around. And, I think we do need some more concise information, really, because one of the things that a lot of people are confused about, and to be fair, John, as a ward councillor, I get a little bit confused about this now, is how far can you travel in your car to go and have your form of exercise? When we first had lockdown, it was stay at home, go out for a walk for 1 hour, or go out for a push bike for 1 hour, and then return home. Now there is almost this little bit of confusion about, can people travel in a car to go and have their exercise? And I'm hoping with having Boris Johnson back at the helm, we'll get some very clear guidance over the next few days.
Isn't the reality... the peak that people talk about is a manufactured peak. It's not the real peak. We've not had the real peak yet, have we?
Well, that's the other thing, isn't it? Because, I know in East Riding, we've got a lot of care homes that are managed by East Riding and owned by East Riding. We speak to them daily. We make sure everything's okay. We're making sure they've got the PPE equipment and worn. We speak to the staff. We make sure the residents are being well looked after. But, the problem is, the reporting system is all based on hospital deaths, and that is so sad because people are dying in our hospitals every day. And we've said before, haven't we? This is somebody's daughter, somebody's son, husband, wife. But also, on top of that, we've got a lot of people nationally who have passed away in care homes. And I have always said that them two figures should be married together to give us a true picture.
Well, let's see what this week brings. We welcome back the Prime Minister in fine form as far as we are aware, fully aware, chairing meetings left, right and centre, I guess, today. And it'll be interesting to see who's at the 5 o'clock news conference later.
Yeah, we have, and we'll see what he's got to say. Before we go, though, John, can I just say a special thank you to a lot of ladies?
You certainly can.
Yeah. Over the weekend, when everybody else has been enjoying the sunshine, we've got a team of, as we spoke, 84 ladies throughout South East Holderness sewing away to make the scrubs for our doctors and nurses.
Oh, don't forget Great Driffield as well.
Hang on, I haven't finished, John. And also in Great Driffield and also beyond Hull, around South Cave area. And I just want to say a massive thank you to these ladies. These ladies are now ringing up to finish them. They're all ready for collection. And this week, if ladies are listening, you can have motorcyclists coming to your house on Harley Davidsons to collect these blinking scrubs.
Wow.
So massive, massive thank you to all the ladies. And if you're sewing now, big thumbs up to you. You're going to make a massive difference.
Absolutely tremendous work and a fantastic project as well. Councillor Dave Tucker, stay safe, Dave, and we'll talk again soon.
Thanks ever so much, John. Speak to you soon.